Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news Cartridge for Monday, April 9th, 2018. Welcome back from the weekend. It is great to have you back, and I hope you enjoy the show today because there's a bunch of great news. If you want to skip around, rewatch any part of today's episode, or if you want to learn more about any of the stories today, both timestamps and reference links are down below. I hope today's top story scares the living shit out of any developer who wants to lie and cheat to the people they want to give them money. A South Korean company named Nexon Korea, who created the game Sudden Attack, has been fined with the equivalent of $945,200 for deceptive practices. Holy shit! A promotion was started where players had to collect 16 different pieces, combine them all together, and it would unlock benefits in-game. It was advertised these pieces would be random, but obviously that was not the case because each one had its own odds. Some items had a half of 1% drop rate, where other items had a half of 1,000th of 1% drop rate, obviously significantly lower. Nexon plans on fighting the fine, and who could blame them? If they lose the appeal, they're out $1 million. I'd really like to know what you have to think though. Does random chance mean all chances are equal, or do you not mind different odds as long as they aren't too bad? Leave your thoughts down below. On to today's release announcements, with The Forest leaving early access on April 30th, and the price will increase from $15 to $20. Here's a rumor: AMD is planning on launching a new line of graphics cards, seeming to be a rebrand of their current RX 500 cards, calling them the RX 500X series. An entirely new product page was discovered and contains absolutely no information. For now. And unfortunately, we have the Pinball Arcade getting removed from Nintendo's eShop due to licensing issues. Once resolved, it will return. As always, there's update news, and we start with the extremely successful Far Cry 5, getting updated on PC with Xbox One and PS4 patches released tomorrow. Far Cry 5 is also hosting their next live event called Arcade Dawn, starting tomorrow and ending on next Tuesday. A new legendary mythical Pokemon was added to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon today, and any trainer who's trying to catch them all should be on the lookout for Zorora, the Thunderclap Pokemon. For more details on how to catch one, see the links down below. Up next, Lawbreakers. Does anybody remember Lawbreakers? Yeah, me neither. But the developers are trying to make their game relevant again by shoehorning in a Battle Royale mode. Indeed, it pits 100 players on a single map, and they have to duke it out until there's only one left standing. No idea where they're going to get 100 players, though, because the peak player count for the last 24 hours is 13. Zing! Well, this will be a free-to-play standalone game, much like Fortnite's Battle Royale mode, and it still feels like a pretty big fuck you to those who paid $30 for this thing. It launches tomorrow on Steam. Where there's one Battle Royale news, there's sure to be more, so let's talk about Plunkbat, also known as PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Xbox gamers will be happy to know the desert map will be coming to their platform in the month of May. More Plunkbat news, and this one just blows my mind. Plunkbat Corp is suing NetEase, the makers of the game Knives Out. I had talked about this in an episode last week. NetEase is now threatening to sue other companies that copy their game, but not PUBG, because they would be idiots if they tried. Yeah, this one's really odd, and I have a feeling NetEase doesn't know what they're doing at all. I have one more bit of Plunkbat news for you today, and you may have noticed I've been calling it Plunkbat a little bit more than usual, and that's because the creator Brendon Greene doesn't particularly like that shortening of the name. He says, quote, "I don't get that. Like, really. It's people trying to be edgy, and it's like, I'm not a 14-year-old kid, you know what I mean? And no, Mr. Greene, I don't know what you mean." What I do know is that Mr. Greene had no intention of naming PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds anything but PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, even though he thought it was a silly name and eventually accepted the term PUBG, and then Bluehole made a separate company called PUBG Corp. The term Plunkbat comes from the first 2 letters of player, the first 3 letters of unknown, and the first 3 letters of battleground. The reason why I like to say it is because it's just fun to say, and if it's going to annoy Mr. Greene that much, then I'm going to continue saying it more. Plunkbat. Alright, enough of that, and moving on. 2 large gaming music service providers, Chord and Laced, were recently bought out by Keyword Studios. Chord focused mainly on music branding and consolidation, while Laced created soundtracks for games like Halo Wars 2 and the Talos Principle. The company buying them out, Keywords, offers multiple services, like quality assurance and branding, to most AAA publishers, and then some. In the agreement, Chord and Laced will both be able to continue work with their former parent company, Cutting Edge Group, in order to maintain rights to some of the music. Maybe we get better music in games now, or maybe just better than the mansion basement music from Resident Evil. Do you enjoy listening to the radio on long drives while trying to run over pedestrians and stealing military helicopters in GTA 4? Well, thanks to the wonderful world of music licenses, You can't anymore. Multiple music licenses are about to expire in-game, forcing Rockstar to remove all of the songs affected. Thankfully, they didn't go the route of Alan Wake, and the game will still be up for sale. There is no complete list of removed songs just yet, but Rockstar says it's a lot. Don't forget too, you can put your own music into the PC version by dropping a shortcut into the correct file directory. More Take-Two news, and they must pay their lawyers pretty well, or at least they better, considering all the work they've been doing lately. In a lawsuit that just had a major update, the former producer of GTA, Leslie Benzines, was attempting to sue for $150 million in royalties. Benzines claims he was forced to leave after taking a 1.5 year long sabbatical. Most of his claims have been dismissed, but his claim to receive royalties still stands. Most likely it won't be the millions he's asking for, but he still could get something, unlike Lohan. Finally for today, Sega is thinking about getting back into the hardware market. And before we get into the facts, I just want to say, Sega, no, honey, no. We've been through this before, Sega, and hardware just don't treat you right. He's a good person, just not good for you. He's got a lot to manage. He's got kids. Sega, baby, please, I love you. I just don't want to see you get hurt again. It's just... Oh, you just want to make mini consoles just like Nintendo is doing with their old consoles. See, you're a strong independent developer who don't need no proprietary hardware. Let me know if you'd be interested in a mini Sega Genesis classic in the comments down below. Plunkbat. These games can plunk a bat, it's time for tomorrow's game releases. For PC, Confederate Express, Super Daryl Deluxe, Extinction, Masters of Anima, and Dark Rose Valkyrie. For PlayStation 4, Extinction, Masters of Anima, Owlboy, Regalia of Men and Monarchs Royal Edition, Super Daryl Deluxe, and Starlit Adventures. For Xbox One, Extinction, Masters of Anima, and Owlboy. For Nintendo Switch, Super Daryl Deluxe, and Masters of Anima. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And scientists don't trust subatomic particles. They literally make up everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's news. Click up here to watch the bonus episode for today's show. Click down here to watch Friday's episode, which was about the ESA joining the fight for net neutrality. And click over here to subscribe to my wonderful, wonderful channel. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.